ball in the basket. So, now it's time for the Western Conference first round predictions. And looking first at this seemingly obvious choice of winner here, we have the Warriors and the Blazers. Now, the two obvious kind of matchups here we're looking at, we got Steph Curry, of course, and Damian Lillard. And Damian Lillard, first of all, Warriors, of course. They are a great squad this year. Although KD, yeah, he was there. He lived with the hype at the start of the year. The middle, he was out for a while. The Warriors still played amazingly without him, which is scary for their team, knowing that when they bring him on, the team is just going to be stronger and stronger. Kind of a subdued year for, I think, Steph Curry. But to be honest, it doesn't matter because Steph Curry can go wherever he wants. And he can still turn on the playoffs. Then look at this Blazers team. Still decent team. Obviously, here's Steph Curry. Look for him for a second. Blazers, though, talk about them for a second, because the Blazers, they have snuck their way into the playoffs this year. They basically just took out Denver. Kind of an underwhelming year for them. They're only an 8th seed. I would expect it maybe the 7th or 6th from them. But hey, the Blazers, they still have the key player, CJ McCollum, who was playing a decent year, not as great as last year. They've got Damian Lillard, and of course, they have the new signing from the Denver Nuggets, Jusuf Nurkic. I made a video about him before. I think they have greatly benefited from Jusuf Nurkic, and he's a really, really great addition to their team. He's sort of the physical, ruthless side to them that they really need to project them. But again, this series, if you want my honest thoughts on it, it's basically gonna go 4 games. It's gonna be a sweep for the Warriors. Yes, I for some reason something's telling me that the Blazers may take 1, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Blazers are gonna come close on some occasions. It's gonna be high scoring games. It's gonna be games where there's a lot of intensity in it, a lot riding on it. But overall, they lack the defensive presence. They're going to crash under pressure, to be honest. Warriors have a even more fast-paced, even offensive team. They're a full squad, I believe so. And no way Portland are going to match up to that, unfortunately. I will not be surprised if it goes 5, but 4 is my lock-in prediction there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any predictions for this series? Not really. Lillard's going to light it up. I think he's going to score at least 40 points in a game. And we're also going to see Steph Curry maybe give the line to someone else, because it's only the first game. It's only the first game, so I think first series. So I think maybe we could see KD or even Klay Thompson step up actually, and that would be interesting to see. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this series. Moving on. Next up, we got the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I think Spurs are 2nd overall, so it's 2nd versus 7th. What to say about this game? We got the Spurs, who've of course got Tony Parker, Danny Green, Pau Gasol, of course Kawhi Leonard, who's been rocking it this year. Danny Green here. Spurs, they're really obviously underrated team. They're kind of been like the workhorses, of course, still the workhorses, still getting to the playoffs. I think this is a statement for them. They are going to try and prove that they're still here, they're still working away. They're going to show the world, okay, the regular season was likely crazy for them, but they didn't quite a match for the Warriors. They're going to match the Warriors in this first series. They're going to get it done in 4 games, easy peasy. I don't use that word many times. Easy. Memphis Grizzlies, they're old, they're worn. They have Mike Conley, they have Pau Gasol, they have Marc Gasol, they have a good few pieces. Zach Randolph. They play well against a lot of teams, but for me, I have a thinking they're not going to play well against the Spurs. I think the Spurs are too much of a tough opponent for them. They're not a great matchup for them because the Grizzlies, while they are a defensive team, they cannot match the defense of the Spurs. It kind of like overdoes it. It like outplays it. It like makes it redundant. It's no need because the Spurs are so much more. And I think the Spurs are going to throw them away in the series. Will be an interesting matchup to look at. Kawhi Leonard. and all the players, because they're going to try and defend like fuck. They're trying to try and attack like fuck on him. I don't know what their kind of key matchups are going to be against him, but I can tell you he's going to be interesting. Marc Gasol really having a good year. Kawhi Leonard, of course, having an amazing year. Mike Conley is going to be interesting to see how he matches up against maybe Patty Mills. And also, I know Patty Mills is pretty decent, so I'm going to say him. Also, LaMarcus Aldridge. Never underestimate Marcus Aldridge. He is a decent choice there. So, anyways, this one's going to go 4 games, I think. Again, I won't be surprised if it goes 5 games. But to be honest, the Spurs are going to turn up, I think, in this series. And the Spurs are going to go far in the playoffs, obviously. Next one we got here is the third in the Western Conference, as we got the third against the sixth, and the third being the Rockets against the sixth, the Portland OKC. It is kind of weird to see, because you could kind of interchange these two teams in terms of the rankings, but to be honest, the more I look at it, the more I think it's an MVP, right? Battle, but it's not really, because of course you've got Houston Rockets having a star-studded team. They got obviously James Harden, the main piece, the Patrick Beverley, Trevor Ariza, Ryan Anderson, so forth, taking on really three-point takers, one of the best three-point taker teams of all time, up there with the Golden State, actually taking more threes and more made threes this year than the Golden State. Taking on this OKC team that has, of course, Russell Westbrook. That's about it. Maybe you could include Enes Kanter in that talk, but to be honest, it's just a one-horse race for OKC. They've got no one to bow down beside Westbrook. I don't think he has really anyone there to support him. Well, Rockets got a great support system. That team really rocks it out. Pardon the pun here. I think this one is gonna be interesting though, because I think Russell Westbrook, he's carried through the regular season, but I don't know if he's gonna carry them through the playoffs. It's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be more of a matchup here. I think the Rockets are gonna turn it up, and I think this could be interestingly enough, I think OKC, and somebody knows me that in the home games they're gonna take 2 of them. So I think it's gonna go 6 games, and that's about it. But of course, I think the Rockets are gonna take it away eventually. They're gonna win all their home games, and basically they're gonna own it with the home court advantage as well. So yeah, it's gonna go 6 games. It's gonna be 4-2, I think. Yeah, 4-2, and there you go. It's gonna be good. What about the advantage? What about Westbrook versus Harden? What are my thoughts on that this year in the MVP race, and just my little thoughts on that? I think Westbrook has had an unbelievable year. Triple doubles, 42, the new record. James Harden has carried his team, and he's basically brought it back from the dead. But the more impressive thing is, I think the fact, I know Russell Westbrook is the only one there, but to be honest, for him to carry his team and actually have so many great moments this year, that can not be undenied. Look at him against the Nuggets, winning that match with basically a winner 3. He has more clutch moments, in my opinion, than Harden does. I know Harden, you can say all around, he has more of an all around presence maybe. I would beg to disagree. I think Westbrook is more of a clutch player. He's more of a, I know he's got no one, he's going to have to carry the team basically. I think it's more of a way more impressive season, and he's definitely in the race he should win the MVP this year. No doubt on that. I know Harden's great and all, but he's no Westbrook. Let's look at our 4th and final series as we take the 4th and the 5th team, the 4th seeded Clippers against the 5th seeded Utah Jazz. Now this is going to be a really, really interesting series. Looking at the LA Clippers for a sec. Actually, Gordon Hayward here playing his way. LA Clippers, they've been a team that have done well in the past, but I think this is a year where things could turn for the worst for them, because if it doesn't go so well and if they lose this series, I think it'd be very bad news for this team. You look at it, Blake Griffin's on free agency at the end of the year. If they don't do too well this year, if they show signs of weakness, I think this could be bad for them. And I think Blake Griffin could be on his way out, the super team could be over, and they'll probably have to go back to rebuilding, because again, this team is not going to win the championship this year. That's pretty much certain. But it's what they do with what they have now is going to be interesting to see how they handle it. Managerial issues aside, this team, they need to focus on winning, and I don't know if they can do that. I really don't. I'm very unsure with this team. Now let's look at Utah Jazz quickly for a sec here. without much time, Utah Jazz, they are an amazing team. I've said it for years past. I've seen flashes of it in years past. This team has been basically steadily going to become one of the 4th best teams in the NBA, maybe top 5 and best in the NBA. They are amazing. Look, Gordon Hayward, George Hill, Rudy Gobert. This team is unbelievable. Really good defensive team. Levy Holder team's under 90. They are going to be a great match for the Clippers because I think the Clippers have so little defensive presence. To be honest, minus DeAndre Jordan, and also the fact I don't think the LA Clippers are going to be able to play on. Or I think the Jazz are going to quickly put them to their pace, and they are literally going to stagger their offense. I think it's really going to be an issue. I don't think they're going to be able to match it, to be honest. And also, I think the clutch genes of Gordon Hayward is going to help. And honestly, I think this one's going to go 6 games. Actually, no, 7 game. I'm going to be a 7-game series, and I'm going to say Utah Jazz are going to take the win. That could be a little bit controversial, guys, but I think that's how it's going to go. Key matchup to watch: Gordon Hayward and Blake Griffin at the 4 positions. It's really interesting. I think the Clippers, they are going to crumble. It's not going to be good. It's going to be ugly. And yeah, there you go.